Hi students, how are you? Yes, today you are going to learn in social 12th chapter about living longer and healthier lives. In this chapter, especially, you are learning some concepts that all are first one, okay, the clinical temperature, the uh, testoscope, microscope, like this all things you are going to learn. Okay, students, so first of all, we will focus okay, here. To live a longer and healthy life, we need a clean environment and healthy nutritious food. We also need food, medical care. In this chapter, you will look at some major development in the field of medical science. Okay, which place you are especially living at the place your environment how is there, okay, it is polluted or unpolluted, the environment which is more useful to your body or not, or if it is not there clean, then you will get some diseases, you may get some health problems. So if you want to live like a healthy man, you must have to keep your surroundings very neatly, so then you will get good, okay, health. Okay, students, you are watching here one image. See how that person is enjoying with his small kids. Why? Because the area which is not polluted, the environment is very good, conditions are there, so they are very healthy and they are okay enjoying and they are living very well. That's why to the live a longer, if you want to live long days and long okay uh, years, you must have to take care of your health. So we need a clean weather place. Then next see here the clinical temperature. The first one see here clinical temperature. When we fall ill, our body becomes warm. This is known as a fever. Fever is a single of disease. Fever is measured with the help of clinical temperature. It measures the temperature of our body. Temperature is a measure of how hot or cold sometimes is. It is measured in uh, uh, okay degrees Celsius or okay, degrees Fahrenheit. The thermometer is invented by the Gabriel Daniel K. Freinet. So you may observe about here especially thermometer which is most useful for okay, measuring our okay, temperature. We have fever, how much in degrees Celsius we have the fever which is dangerous or not, okay, how much body temperature should be there, that one you may measure through the thermometer. That's why when we will fall in heel, at the time we have to check ourselves through the thermometer. Everyone, you must have to keep in your home thermometer, that is good for you. Why? Because that is one of the first aid. You are getting fever or not knowing about your body temperature, you may find at home only. Otherwise, for simple, if you will go to hospital, you have to spend money and you will bear some of things, isn't it or not? Yes. Next see here uh, uh, stethoscope. When you are ill, you go to a doctor. The doctor examine your chest and back with a stethoscope. The doctor is able to listen a sound of your heart and your breathing through the instrument. It helps them to find out what you are suffering from. The stethoscope was invented by a French scientist called René Laennec. Who did invited stethoscope? René Laennec is invited stethoscope. Okay, students, who invited thermometer? Yes, thermometer is invented by Gabriel Daniel, but stethoscope is invented by the Rene Laennec. Rene Laennec was invited especially stethoscope, but Gabriel Daniel is invited thermometer. Now let's see here the microscope. A microscope magnifies a teeny object and make it look much longer. It helps us to see things which are too small to see with the naked eyes. The first microscope was made by the Zacharias Janssen in 1950. He was a spectacle mark in Holland. Who did invented this microscope? Is Zacharias Hannes. See, microscope which is more useful to finding small virus particles. It is very helpful to scientists for finding about virus, which form is there, how the virus is spreading very quickly. Then you may find with the help of microscope, scientists are able to see for the first time the germs that caused diseases. It then become possible to find medicines that could cure disease by killing those germs. Today, doctors examine the blood or urine of a patient under a microscope to see the germs. This helps them find out the disease the patient is suffering from. So that's why microscope which is helpful to the scientists to see for the first time and the germs. Say when you are giving your blood or urine or such kind of uh, tests, if you want to get at the time, they may find through the uh, microscopes how much strength you have, how this stamina was there, what are the germs are there in your body. Next, see here, what is temperature. See, particularly you observe here about temperature. Okay, what makes things hot or cold is, see, ice is cool and hot. Okay, maybe you observed noodles hot, you observed any type of the food. But when you will like this all things, yes, you like hot things in winter season. Now winter started na. Yes, so this time which one you will like? Yes, that one. When you will like cool at summer time. Yes, very good. How can you measure your body temperature? Yes, you may measure your body temperature through the what? Yes, how can you measure your body temperature? Through the thermometer. Through that you may temperate your body temperature. What is temperature? Temperature is a degree of hottest or coldest situation of the body we may observe. Okay, when you are heating hot things and when you are thinking more, when you are running at the time your body become the hot, so your temperature is there increase. Okay, like that. Now your temperature and experience of heat energy. See, when if you cook some boiled water, if you keep on the stove, evaporation will be there at that place. Temperature is there cool or hot? Is hot temperature you may find. Coldness is caused by the absence of heat. You may observe here cold, especially when you are keeping water in your fridge. At the time you may observe cool temperature, 0 minus degrees also will come. How to measure temperature? See, and thermometer is used to measuring temperature. For the measuring temperature, hot temperature or cool temperature, which instrument can you use? Yes, thermometer you may use for the measuring temperature. Students, do you see thermometer? Yes, I hope you have seen. Where do you see? Maybe at a clinic center, in hospital, in health center. Okay, now you are watching now. Yes, very good. Now see here, what is the unit used to measure temperature? For the using which unit you observe? Yes, length measures. Okay, unit inch. Okay, centimeter, meter. Okay, like that you can measure na in your mass 1 inch, 2 inch, like that na. Okay, unit of body temperature also. Okay, we may measure through the degrees Celsius. Degrees Celsius in body it is there 30 degrees Celsius or 41 degrees Celsius, or is there 40 94 Fahrenheit or 198 Fahrenheit. Okay, like that you may measure through the thermometer. Through the thermometer you may measure your body temperature is there degree Celsius or it is there in Fahrenheit Celsius. You may observe, student. So you have to take some good precautions. If is there 94 to 98 in the between, then your body temperature is there good. If is there more than 100 not weight, then you have health problem. So clinical temperature thermometer especially may observed bulb. Okay, now here see Fahrenheit scale, and downside you observe mercury rate. Mercury rate. That's why students you are knowing especially about this all things you may learn from your science teachers. But anyway, just briefly information you know about a clinical thermometer. Okay, one mark difference 1 by 10 is equal to 0.2 Fahrenheit cells you may observe. Each one cells it is knowing 1 by 2 how much? Yes, 1 by 2 you observe 0.2%. You may observe. So that's why students, body temperature we may measure easily according the this thermometer. Thermometer is useful to us or not? Yes, it is more useful to us. If you have more than 102 or 108 Fahrenheit Celsius, so at the time you have, if is there more than 102 degrees Fahrenheit Celsius, you have fever. Okay, so that's why you have to take treatment. If you have health problem, what you have to do? You have to consult the doctor and get treatment. Then your diseases will be decrease. If you will not take some precaution when you have health problems, what will happen? Yes, you may suffer very well. Your body may not cooperate. Okay, students, now you are watching different type of the thermometers. One is clinical thermometer, one more is digital thermometer. Which thermometer you are watching? Is clinical thermometer and digital thermometer. See, clinical thermometer which may showing that points in that, but digital thermometer is showing us numbers. Can we use clinical thermometer to measure the temperature of boiling? Isn't it or not? It is possible. Yes, it is possible. Human body temperature. Okay, hypothermia, hypothermia. You may observe here normal body temperature. If you have from 90, okay, 6 to 100 in the between, you may observe normal body temperature. If is there more, okay, you observe your body condition entirely will be there different. So human temperature is there different. Now here laboratory thermometer. Which thermometer you are watching here? Laboratory thermometer. In the lab, you may observe some thermometers are there which are okay giving us good result okay through our gems. Okay, so some urine tests they are doing blood tests. Okay, na like that at the time they may and okay do tests for especially they may measure your temperature. Remember, temperature indicate the degree of hotness or coldness. Temperature indicates the degree of hotness and coldness. Okay, temperature is measured in degrees Celsius or degrees Fahrenheit. Different type of thermometers are used to measure temperature. Okay, so students, now this is the about temperature. Now here different thermometer is an instrument used for the measuring temperature. Okay, different type of the temperature. The first two long thermometers are called laboratory thermometers. The last three small thermometers are called clinical thermometers. First two are laboratory and last three are clinical thermometers. Now here these two are okay digital thermometer. You may observe that one. This one you may observe okay thermometer consists of a long and a very small indications which is showing this particular mercury lab thermometer has a large between the 10 degrees to 250 degrees in the between. We may observe that length measuring. Okay, the temperature of the surrounding source by his temperature is nearly 33 degrees Celsius. It is nearly 33 degrees Celsius. You may observe. Okay, now here see, now this is an alcoholic temperature. The range of this temperature you may observe. The temperature of the surrounding source by this temperature is also near 33 degrees Celsius. This also is showing us 33 degrees Celsius nearly you may observe. Now this is a clinical mercury temperature. It has a longer between 30 degrees to 42 degrees you may observe. This red mark on 37 degrees C is showing a normal human body temperature. The red symbol which is showing that is showing us normal body temperature. This capability tube near the bulb has a very fine you may observe student. Okay, construction or kind it does not allow the mercury, isn't it or not? Yes, next to see here this one is a digital clinical thermometer. Which one it is? It is digital clinical thermometer. Digital thermometer contain an electronic resistance also known as a thermometer which is finding our body temperature. This also one of the digital clinical Fahrenheit thermometer. For that you are using some small batteries. Okay, you are keeping. Okay, instantly you may know immediately your temperature. This the more useful to human being. Nowadays, okay, all are using in hospitals this type of the thermometers. Okay, how to use this one? Now see, they are keeping on your hand on your forehead, then they will find easily your body temperature. Nowadays corona tests are doing, they are seeing na, that also they are uh, uh, measuring your body temperature. Why? Because if we have more temperature, we have fever, maybe they will be doubt, so they may do corona test, like that they are doing. In this instant temp of the water is 33 degrees Celsius. Now we will add some ice. Okay, how can you see when is the normal time, the temperature is there different? After the adding ice cubes, the temperature also will be there entirely different, isn't it? Or not, it will be the showing different temperatures or not? Yes, 100% it will show a different temperature. Okay, now see student, through the clinical or laboratory thermometer, which is showing us that temperature how much is there. Okay, the mercury third is dropping steadily. Okay, that's why you may observe here. See carefully student, how this temperature is decreasing. See, the small line is there na, it is decreasing. Why? Because that much 0 degrees Celsius you may find. So took the final temperature after 5 minutes, it nearly 8 degrees Celsius you may observe student. Why? Because for the testing it will take some little bit time now. Yes, it will take time. So in lab they are doing like this states. Now we will do the some experiment using alcohol thermometer. Now this instantly temperature is 33 degrees Celsius. Now present its temperature is 33 degrees. Now you are keeping in the ice cubes. See, immediately it is decreasing now. Watch, that red line is decreasing or not? Yes, it is decreasing. Okay, so it will give us immediately a result. It is giving us immediately result. So they may you may find finally temperature is nearly 8 degrees Celsius at the place it is done. It is given, but that temperature which is first time we have used na, that thermometer, it is taking small time. Why? Because that is unalcoholic thermometer. It is alcoholic thermometer. Okay students, today especially you have learned about a thermometer, isn't it or not? Yes, and you learn about stethoscope. This stethoscope also, when you are ill, you go to a doctor. The doctor examine your chest and back with a stethoscope, isn't it or not? Yes. So stethoscope, which is giving your heart sound. Through that, he may give you some instruction how your pressure is there, how much you are healthy or how you are unhealthy. Immediately he will find. Why? Because they have some of the symptoms. Through that they may know. Who did invited this stethoscope? Yes. Okay, Rene Lehenek invited. Who did invited thermometer? Yes, Gabriel Daniel invited. Okay, so you must have to keep this small point also. I will ask. So students, you when you have health problems, immediately whom you have to consult? Your mother. You can consult, no problem. Take your mother and see your problems and take to her to go to the clinical center. Then next you may find about okay, microscopes also. Where you will find in lab at hospital only. Why? Because okay, through that they may find your germs. Okay, they may, if you have fever, which fever do you have? For testing, what they will do now? They will take your urine, they will take that urine, they may test to the microscope. Through that they may find your germs, which health problem you have, that one. Okay, today you have especially learned. Okay, students, especially today you have learned in living longer and healthier lives. In this chapter you have learned the clinical thermometer, the stethoscope, and microscope. Remaining I will explain in next class. Okay, students, you have to do homework carefully